Hello everybody, it's CG Soul Scorcher. I'm going to be viewing the matchup between Crysi123 and SpartaRage. Both are Clan Ghost members, and they are in a competition competing for rank up within the clan. So right now we can see that Crysi's just gathering up cows and getting his wood line started. Looks like he's about 6 villagers on food right now. Sparky, who is an alpha ghost, which is just under immortal, basically a leader in Clan Ghost, but he's viewing SpartaRage on his side to ensure that everything goes smoothly. Right now we're watching Crysi123 just kind of, just go around the map. He's collecting his cows and just kind of scouting out the map, just kind of opening it up to find his resources and find where everything is located at, so he can get to it a lot easier, faster, find it later. Finding his second gold, finding where his hunts are. Both players are playing the Celt Civ, and the Celts are an interesting civ because they're not like the Persian or the Greeks. They actually have to have houses and a number of resources to age up. To age to 2, for the Celts you have to have 3 houses, and I believe it's 300 food. So he's very food heavy right now. They're getting that last, that 3rd house up, and hurry up and rush to age 2. In the meantime, he's scouting out SpartaRage, trying to find out just about around where he's at, and he's getting ready to age to 2 as well. It looks like he has a slight, few second lead ahead of SpartaRage. He has a Rax going to Crysi123, has a Rax going down. SpartaRage has a Rax going down as well. You can see now he's got 2 villagers going to gold. The Celts are very food and very, very gold heavy. They require a lot of gold to produce some of their units, though their spearmen require only food as an age 1 unit, which is a great advantage against early raids. You can produce cheap units, but once you get into that second age, you're going to really start finding that you're going to need quite a bit of gold. You see a second barracks going down for Crysi123. He's just made second age. He's making a couple of spearmen. I think he's going to go up there and go take a poke up at SpartaRage and kind of see. Yeah, he's gonna poke at his at his hunting area there, and SpartaRage is hunting to kind of throw him off and get him off of that food to kind of slow SpartaRage down. And here comes the long sword for SpartaRage to defend that food line, but Crysi123, he's throwing in a long sword as well so he can keep on the pressure. But combined with SpartaRage's scout, Crysi123's long sword is just no match. Here he comes again. This time he's brought his scout with him and 2 spearmen. He's sending up what looks like off to the side there another long sword. And he's just kind of rallying long swords. He's just gonna content to keep that pressure on Sparta Rage and try to keep him off of that food plot. Yeah, and kill the storehouse.
Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and kill that storehouse permanently.
So now, Sparta Rage is out of a food spot. He's going to go after another hunting spot here, and just keep on applying pressure to Sparta Rage to keep making it harder for him to gather that necessary food to produce those units that he so desperately needs. He's making long swords, so he's got villagers, it looks like, on the berry bush, so that's sustaining him for a moment there. He's throwing up a storehouse. Sparta Rage now, I see a druid popping in here. Crysi123 just massing up long swords, and he's just going to keep on trying to apply pressure, kill off that storehouse right there to make sure that it's going to make it harder that for Sparta Rage, because if he wants to go back there and hunt, he has to rebuild another storehouse. So he effectively just kind of slowed down that whole food gathering process for Sparta Rage. In the meantime, Sparta Rage is massing his own long swords. He's got something going on in the back, and you see Crysi123, he's splitting up his force there. He's got a frontal assault and a side assault going. He's going to take out another storehouse that's on the side there, which looked to be like another hunt. But he's going to go ahead and take out that storehouse to eliminate that line of sight. And Sparta Rage counters really, really quick. He comes back over and decides to just push him back out to make sure that, he knows that, he's there. And over on the left flank, he's built up, it looks like about between, I don't know, anywhere between 10 and 12 long swords. And it looks like he's going to try to push around to the back here, find another hunt, and just eliminate another hunt for Sparta Rage. He's just pouring on this pressure, trying to keep Sparta Rage on his toes and keep him sapped for food. Sparta Rage is just kind of content to just kind of stay within his base and just try to just fend him off. He's got a sacred grove. It appears that he's got some druids for Sparta Rage. So he's going to be, reinforcing, Sparta Rage is reinforcing his long swords with those special druids, because druids are very, very unique units. Unlike Greek and Persian priests, druids are able to actually heal units in combat versus the Greek and the Persian, where the units have to be not in combat. Druids are able to do that, so it gives the Celts a huge advantage to sending their men into combat like that, their infantry into combat. You have a druid and druids in the background behind the front line, and it just keeps them going, It's not an incredibly fast healing rate, but it certainly will slow down an enemy attack. And you see Crysi123 now, he's just applying more pressure to Sparta Rage's wood line. He's going to keep content to keep harassing and trying to put in those raids as much as he can. And he's just going to just go for it here. Sparta Rage is trying to fight Crysi123 off out of his base, and it's just a huge mass of tangle. You've got druids backing up Sparta Rage's yeah, he fights off Crysi123.
and SpartaRage will regroup. Did a little bit of economic damage, it appears, to SpartaRage, but it looks, from score-wise, that he's recovering somewhat decently okay. I seen a purple longswordman slip behind what looked to be Crysi123's troops right there, coming down to the bottom, and it looks like he's going to be heading for the back of Crysi123's base, and he's might going to be trying to. Oh, there's 4 of them. He's going to start harassing Crysi123 now, and harassing his resources, attacking his gold, and that forces Crysi to pull units into the back there to try to eliminate that raiding party to defend his gold, and automatically he pops up another storehouse for that gold because he so desperately needs that gold to keep his units flowing, and he quells that small raiding party from SpartaRage there. So now he's just kind of going back and forth. Can't decide whether, it looks like he was gonna maybe try to put a push together. He decides he wants to throw down another Rax. He's just gonna pour villagers onto that gold because and food. Because, like I said earlier, the Celtic infantry are very heavy on food and gold to sustain those long swords. So it looks like he's going to try to make some kind of a push here. He's been spotted by SpartaRage's scout, so Crysi's going to try and eliminate that scout, and that will be the end of that. But now it's time to put a different plan into action, so he splits off into 2 separate forces now. He's got a left flank and a right flank, and he's going to try to put a pincher move on SpartaRage here and see if he can't catch him off guard, and see if SpartaRage isn't prepared for it. I'm waiting to see if SpartaRage is going to react, how he's going to react. And there's SpartaRage again raiding Crysi's gold mine to keep him off of his gold, to keep him from gathering gold. Crysi123 is going to have to rally his villagers from the gold mine, go to his second gold mine, or his third actually, that would be his third gold mine. Try to quell that small raid off of his gold mine. There was another raid actually going on in Crysi123's wood line from SpartaRage. I'm not sure whether or not he was able to counter that as well. It looks like SpartaRage actually caught on to the right flank of Crysi123's split army, and is just kind of driving him right through his SpartaRage's own base. It just drove him right through the base and out, and linked up with the left flank of Crysi123's army, and they seem to be in one force now. Here's another small raid. These Celtic infantry are just they're so great at these raiding like this, because unlike most of the other infantry units that you will see, the Celts are actually pretty fast. I believe that they have a speed of around 7.3, which is a lot faster than Sparabara and Spearmen, even Hypapists and Hoplites. So they're a lot they move a lot faster, and they're able to actually do raiding on their own, as well as the main role of pushing an infantry front. So with that small raid from SpartaRage in the very back of Crysi123's base from that one longswordman, Yeah, and Crysi is he's going crazy for the gold right now. He is trying so hard. That one long swordman from SpartaRage, he is just content to just can take over that whole back area right there, destroy the food storehouse, destroying the gold storehouse, and it's forcing Crysi123 now to deal with it and send a few men back there to try and get rid of that little, that one longswordman that was just taking over that whole back area. It's amazing how one guy could cause all that havoc. And Crysi123 is going to retaliate, and he is going to attack SpartaRage's. Yeah, it's tearing up. That one up as well. Trying to keep SpartaRage from getting the gold that he needs to reinforce his army, to supply his army. And Crysi123 looks like he has a nice size army. It looks like he's going to make a major offensive here and just try to get this push going. And here comes SpartaRage throwing a few units out to defend at first. And they're going to get caught up in the midst of battle. Here comes a huge force to repel Crysi123.
Crysi's original frontal assault, and that's going to get reinforced when they come back from SpartaRage.
And it just rages on and off, on and off. Crysi123, he gets SpartaRage's villagers off of that gold. He still left that cow. He could have claimed that cow and probably brought it back to it. He's probably not too worried about the one cow. That's not probably the biggest thing in the world to worry about right now. Getting his villagers off of the gold is satisfying enough, I suppose. Just keeping him from those gold resources is sufficient. So massing together again, another big push here. The two forces collide. You have a huge force for Crysi123 slamming into SpartaRage's force and SpartaRage's base. They are both engaging, and you have bowmen and druids backing up SpartaRage's army right now, which is doing major damage to Crysi123. I see a Woad Raider in there. I'm not sure whose Woad Raider that was, but with druids and bowmen, and
I didn't.
so that puts okay, so there's a druid coming now for Crysi123, and SpartaRage is now making a huge push into Crysi123's base. He's got enough longswords that he could probably start tearing down buildings and cause some real damage here. A few druids come in from behind to back up his longswords, SpartaRage's longswords. Crysi123 has, a good couple handfuls of druids trying to back up what main force that Crysi123 has, and he just can't contend with those veteran longswords now that SpartaRage obviously has, and Crysi123 is forced to resign. What a great game, and I wanted to say that both players did very, very well. Good game.